What's up, savages? Welcome to the show, and thanks so much for watching, liking, subscribing, and all that stuff. I had my mic muted there at the beginning, so what I was saying was, welcome to the RandomCoin Mining Show, where we mine a different GPU-mineable coin every weeknight at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and it is Friday. Man, my mouse just don't want to work. All right, here we go. March 22nd, 2019, and yeah, so I already passed all that stuff. Before we get started, I always like to show what's going on in the market real quick. Just a quick look. I know I got started a little bit late, so I'm just going to breeze right over this. Not much, pretty boring. Okay, great. Let's go to COINPAPRIKA and look at some gainers and losers. So for 24 hours, we've got some non-mineable stuff all the way down to, I guess Zilliqa is not mineable now, and then Zcoin is still doing pretty well. I know that they were up a lot more than this initially, but it looks like they're regaining a little bit. 0x is doing good. Binance Coin, not mineable, but still doing well there also. Looks like Ravencoin is pulling back a little bit. Probably, you know, people taking profits and things like that. Kind of expected. Not a big deal. Still up 59% for the week. Not too shabby. Let's see here. So that is the market update real quick. If you like video content like this, be sure to subscribe to my channel and click the notification bell so you don't miss anything. And if you like random thoughts, occasionally it's about crypto, you should follow me on Twitter as well. And I do, actually this time I did a poll for the request for tonight's RandomCoin Mining Show, and by a wide margin, ZelCash won that pretty easily. I think it was something like 80%. Yeah, here we go. 88%. So they just crushed it. Kind of glad, because I kind of wanted to do a show on ZelCash. I've been kind of watching them for a while, and pretty interesting project. So that was kind of neat. Be sure to hit the appropriate interaction button, like or dislike, on my channel here and on this video. And share the channel info with your friends to help spread the word and keep the channel going. It does help, you know, any type of interaction, whether it's comments or, you know, in the chat and things like that. All that stuff helps the channel in a lot of ways that folks don't really realize. And in this show, we have a list of over 100 GPU mineable coins. Right now, we're at 144. And normally we run that through an online randomizer, and it chooses one for us. But tonight we did, on Fridays, I've started doing requests, and I already showed you that, the poll request, and on Twitter, and by an overwhelming margin, ZelCash was the most requested for tonight. So that's what we are going to try to mine. I'm not interacting with the chat just yet, but I will check it out real quick to see who all we got in here. All right, we got Michael Johns. Haven't seen you in a while, man. Thanks for tuning in. Sonia, how's it going? My mouse just does not want to operate right. I moved my desk over just a little bit, and it's kind of messed me up. What's up, Daniel Keller? Crypto Trucker, what's going on? I will go ahead and show yours, your comment here. Yeah, I like it. I like ZelCash a lot, but we're going to get into it here in a moment. Let me talk a little bit about what it actually is. It's basically, ZelCash is part of a ecosystem. Let me bring up their website real quick. The Zel Ecosystem. And I would like to do a little bit of a deeper dive on them, because it's pretty intense, the stuff that they're doing. But in short, you know, that's not really what this show is about. So what we try to do on this show is just mine something random, right? I know that this is by request and it's not totally random, but I was happy to see everybody, you know, wanted to see ZelCash. So it's been one that I've been wanting to do for a while. Although with just 30 minutes, it's kind of hard to get through all the details of the project, but that's okay. We're going to do a little bit. It's not going to be a deep dive, but I'm just going to talk a little bit about it. So ZelCash is the glue that holds the entire Zell ecosystem together. It basically incentivizes the stakers of Zell nodes, because they do have master nodes, or Zell nodes they call them. And this enables the creation of the ZellX and ZellDev platform. So ZelCash is mineable, and that makes it a fair distribution because it's proof of work using 144.5 Equihash. Zell nodes are going to be added soon. I believe it's this quarter, if not already. I don't know for sure. You know, I think I went through their website here a little bit. I believe that that's something that they're working on at the moment, and it should be this quarter. And Zell nodes will be available to ZelCash holders, and they'll receive a portion of the block rewards for maintaining that node. And ZelCash is ASIC resistant and GPU mineable. The Zell community is committed to protect the decentralization of ownership. And if you look at a chart here, let me bring up, hang on a second, just a second here. So if you're worried about ASICs and things like that, basically their chart doesn't show anything that would lead me to believe that there's any ASICs or FPGAs or anything like that on their network. It seems pretty steady throughout the whole entire life here. They haven't been around that long. They're fairly new, so seems pretty steady to me. I don't know. I'm not a big hash rate chart guy, but it looks kind of steady in my opinion. And it sounds like Zell is actually working on a new algorithm, according to their website. From what if I understand it correctly, they are working on another algorithm to maintain that ASIC resistance. Zell nodes are going to be a key part of the overall Zell system, because the Zell nodes are going to allow Zell chains, smart contracts, dApps, and tokenized assets, and a bunch of other things that are going to be enabled with Zell nodes. So that is upcoming, and that's going to be huge. Some key features of ZelCash, or the Zell ecosystem, is mobile apps. They have the Zell Core wallet, which is super cool. Very cool mobile wallet and desktop wallet. It is an encrypted multi-asset wallet, so you can add there. I don't know how many they have. I want to say it's over 100. I could be wrong. But they have a lot of assets that you can add to the wallet so that you can kind of, I mean, in a way it's centralizing your wallets, but you know, it's a single wallet that has multiple assets inside of it. So that is super cool. It's also community, and the wallet, the Zell Core wallet, is going to provide access to the DEX, the decentralized exchange, and allow access to dApp, distributed app development as well. So that is super cool. So it seems like they're going to use the wallet to interface with their system, you know, in more than just a cryptocurrency kind of way, right? And it's also community driven through nodes and proof of work, like we discussed earlier. And the wallet can either be light or full. The full node is required for shielded transactions and recovering wallets. And they are looking to be the first to have the decentralized exchange on the ZellDev platform. And as far as mining, which is what we're mainly concerned with here, right? Because that's what the show is about. Let me turn on my cams here. So for mining info, they use the Equihash 144.5 algorithm, which is known as Zhash. The block split rewards for the Zell nodes and proof of work is something to note, because a lot of times these projects mess up and they give way too much percentage of the block rewards to the nodes and take away from the proof of work guys, the GPU miners like us, and they leave us kind of hanging out there with hardly any, you know, income basically, right? They did something really cool, and they are 75% proof of work, and 25% nodes. So I kind of like that split. That split makes more sense to me, because a node is, you know, hey, I've got this money, I'm going to buy these coins, and you know, hey, here now I have a node, and I get to vote, or whatever, however it's going to work, right? All the different things that a node does, but they're not really, once you put the money in, there's not really a lot going on as far as maintaining it. Whereas with the GPU miners, I mean, you see the problems that we have all the time. You know, we're always troubleshooting our systems and keeping things up, and it costs a lot of money, right, just for the hardware. So I like that split, the 75-25. I do like that split for sure. The block rewards are 112.5 to proof of work per block, so that's nice. The block times are 120 seconds, and yeah, that is pretty much it for my little rant on ZelCash, ZelCore. Well, ZelCore is the wallet, but basically everything in their whole ecosystem is called Zell something, right? So I kind of went over some of this stuff already. Just kind of breeze right over it here. Let you take a look at their website real quick. I dig it. I'm into the project. I picked them up last year sometime, and you know, I was like, hey, this is kind of cool. One thing to note, I thought this was neat, but Miles Manley is apparently only 16 years old right now, and he was the founder of ZelCash. So that is kind of neat, right? I kind of thought that was cool. So he's got that young blood, right, in the whole crypto space. I don't need to download a wallet or anything like that, because I already have it. I already have it on my mobile and on my desktop, so I'm not going to have to go through that. But again, that's just a real quick overview of ZelCash. We are here to actually mine it, so let's get to it. I will bring up the spreadsheet that I always use to collect the data that we will need. We'll go through it super fast. I did not do any pre-work. I did not collect any data other than, hey, we're going to be mining ZelCash, and that was pretty much it. So let's go ahead and start with the documentation portion. And it's Equihash 1445. And then I believe they've been around long enough. They're on all the tracking websites and things like that. I want to say that I didn't check to see if they're on What to Mine, but I think they are. Let's go here to COINPAPRIKA. Look them up over here. Pretty sure they're there. Just get a quick value. Again, this stuff that's grayed out here is just nice to have info. It's not required. It's just for reference purposes only. These values right here that I'm talking about, they're kind of grayed out. You don't really need to have that information to actually mine the coin, right? They're definitely on there. So let's go to, what was the next one? Oh, What to Mine. So let's see if they're on What to Mine. And no, I'm not interacting with the chat because I'm a little bit behind, so I want to get kind of going here and make sure that we're going to be able to get to the actual mining part. All right, so they are on What to Mine. They are active, so they will show up in profit calculations. So that is cool. I like that. So we're just going to copy that link. And then we'll go to their, actually, you know what we can do first? I want to say, I don't think that they have links on here usually, so let's go here. I just want to get to somewhere where I can find their Bitcoin Talk thread super fast. I think it's on here. Yeah, right here. So we'll just go to their Bitcoin Talk thread really quick. Looks like they started on January 31st of 2018. Again, like I said, it's really new. Kind of new. I mean, it's been around a while in the crypto world, but it's still only a little over a year old. And then their website is pretty nice. I like it. Seems up to date and everything, so, and functional. So that's a good sign. Let's go back to their Bitcoin talk thread real quick and see how many pages. Okay, so they got 43 pages, so pretty good chatter, and it looks like something from today. Yeah, so pretty active it seems like. So that's a good sign as well. And then for the wallet method, I guess we'll use the desktop. And I was doing a little bit of testing because I wanted to see if the Mini Z wallet, or I'm sorry, the miner could be added to HiveOS. I didn't figure it out like right before the show. I kind of ran out of time. So we won't use that miner. But I think that the Mini Z miner might be their best one. I don't know. I could be wrong. I'm not looking at the chat. I don't know if any of those guys might have showed up. I did let them know that their coin was going to be here tonight, so, or what we were mining tonight. They would be able to tell us maybe, but okay. So we need to get a wallet address. Like I said, their wallet is super cool. It looks good on desktop and it looks good on mobile. I do really like it, and we've actually used it before in the show, quite a few times actually. I like it a lot. I'm just logging onto it. I'll get it over there on the screen in just a minute. So as you've seen before, this is what their wallet looks like once you log on to it and open it up. Here's their looks like I have 130. I didn't even know that. Okay, so I have mined them before, mined ZelCash before. It's been quite a while, but I haven't done anything recently. So all we'll do is go to receive, and then we're going to click on that right there, which is the address, and that's going to copy it to our clipboard. So we'll paste that in here just so that we have it. And it looks like, let's see here. They have, I want to use their official pool. I believe it's, I forgot the actual link here. I'm bringing it up in a moment. Pool.zell.cash is their official pool. So we'll look at the Explorer and see what it looks like over there. Okay. So we'll go over here to mining pool stats.stream, go Zell. Probably going to be the first one. No, it's not. Okay, that's cool. Man, where's their that's it right there. Okay, so looks like it's Canadian. So their official pool is a little smaller than the leader here, but not by much. Looks like a pretty good distribution of hash rate. I like that. So this is the pool that we're going to use, their official pool. Click on get started here. Yeah, see, so they want you to use, they don't want you to use, but they recommend Gminer and EWBF. In the past, I believe for most of the Equihash stuff, we've used Gminer. It seems to maybe do a little bit better than EWBF. And then for AMD, you're still stuck with lolMiner. So there you go. All right, and they give you, this is good that they give you like basically strings for, this would be simple to use for simple mining, right? This would help a lot in that case. So that is super cool as well. All right, so I don't know what port to use though. It says okay, so 2001 looks like it's what we would use to start out with. So it'd be something like that. Usually don't put it as a link, but that's okay. All right, so for AMD miner, it would be lolMiner usually, and then for NVIDIA would use Gminer. So I'll just put that in there like that. Then because we are using NVIDIA, I want to use the Kessel rig, which is this hardware right here. Leave that up for a moment. And it's actually the one that's on the video there. It's currently mining. You know what? I didn't even show you guys, did I? So I'm currently mining Raven still, and Conceal on CCX on AMD. So NVIDIA's Raven and AMD, or I'm sorry, yeah, AMD is Conceal. And then on the shared rigs, co-owned rigs, I'm still mining Monero over there, although I will be probably switching off of Monero pretty soon. Seems like the difficulty's gone up a little bit, so I probably will change off of that. Okay, so what we need to do first is we need to, because Zell is already in here, we can just go straight to flight sheets, and then we'll type in Zell. And then the wallet, we need to add a wallet. I was doing testing earlier, but just a minute before the show, so I was just messing around with the mini Z miner. So we're going to copy our address here to our desktop wallet, paste that in there. Wallet name can be Zell_YouTube, and then create. For the pool, because it was already in here, you're going to have a pretty good list here. We want to use their actual ZelCash, maybe. That's probably their official pool. Yep. Looks right. We can check that over here. Pool.zel.cash. Actually, it's Stratum. I wonder if this is going to work. It probably will. I hope. We'll see. We might have to switch it over to this actual address here. We'll see about that. Because that's just what's included in HiveOS, right? So we'll come over here and we will choose Gminer. We could use, EWBF or lolMiner. I don't know how. I don't think I've ever used lolMiner for NVIDIA. I don't know if it's any good or not. Maybe we'll try that in the future. But for this exercise, we'll just use Gminer. Had pretty good success with them. So we click on Setup Miner Config. As discussed, it's already set to the correct algorithm because the miner was already selected, and then the pool versus the miner was already set in HiveOS. So pretty much all this stuff is turned on for you already, and that is the right personalization string as well. So that's cool that they go ahead and put that in there as well. That's cool. It just makes it so much easier. HiveOS just does a great job with going ahead and putting all these settings in here, right? Using all these variables and things for you, so you don't even have to worry about it. I like that. Makes it a little bit easier. So we're going to click Apply Changes, and then we're going to give it a name of Zell_YouTube. Create the flight sheet. Get rid of this one so we don't get confused. Alright, then we're going to go to our workers, click on the check mark next to Kessel rig, which is the one that's mining Raven currently, and it looks like this. NVIDIA rig. It's two 1070s, two 1070 Ti's, and two 1080s. So we're going to click on the rocket for flight sheets. Then we're going to, I always like to click on the actual flight sheet ticker, or whatever we named it. Actually, no, this is the ticker for the coin, and then that way it filters by the flight sheet, the one that we just created. So and then we're going to click on that. You probably can't see that because my cameras were probably in the way, but that's okay. Let me turn them off for a second. So we're going to click apply, and then that's going to assign that flight sheet to that rig. Now what I also like to do, and you already heard it, it went off, I don't know if you could hear that or not, but it's already restarting in the background there. Yeah, probably. It's probably just, yeah, it's reloading the miner. Now, what I like to do is throw it a reboot after assigning it a new algorithm or a new coin. I always throw it a reboot, so you'll probably see it. You should see it restart in a moment. And then we will hopefully be off to the races. There it goes. Let me check the chat, see what's going on in here. What's up, Red Panda? Thanks for tuning in, man. Daniel Keller, what is the community pool? Is that the one I used? I'm just kind of catching up here with the chat. I don't see. Oh, Daniel Keller is Agent Smith. Is that what you're saying? And not your normal miners in here too. What's up, Wes? Okay, so Zell nodes are live. Okay, that's good to know. I want to say that on their website it doesn't say that, because I was looking at it today, but I could be wrong. I don't know. Oh, you know what? That's right, because didn't Goose Tech do a video on that? I'm pretty sure he did. Yeah. Right on. Okay. Okay, so it looks like they've been live for 27 days, I guess, right? Is that what I'm looking at here? I didn't even click on this earlier. I just was assuming. I made a bad assumption. All right, so let's go over here. I know it's 10 o'clock. We got to get over there to BrandonCoin, but let me see if this thing is actually mining. It doesn't sound like it's doing anything. But it is. All right, cool. All right, so let's do a refresh here. So it looks like it's getting 298 sols at the moment. I'll bring up the remote so you can see it a little bit better. Wow, there's 530 nodes already? That's crazy. You gotta remember though, this show is about mining, not about nodes. Even though I discussed nodes a little bit. But I didn't know that they were already live. But that's okay. Alright, so we are mining successfully. We're on, we're getting accepted shares and everything looks good. Let me show you my overclock settings real quick. They're right here, I believe, right? Yep. Actually, you know what? This is not right. This looks like what I would do here is I need to apply the That's weird. I thought I'd already done this, but it looks like it's pulling the defaults. I would probably go with something like, what was it? 100 core, 1000 mem, and power limit at like 125, something like that for my GPUs, the 10 series, just to start. That's pretty much what I would do, just to see where it's at. I thought I'd already set that up. I guess I did not. Let's go over here for a second. Yeah, here it is right here. Okay. So what I should do, I can do this real quick. I don't know if you have to do that. I thought that it would pick it up based on the actual algorithm, but maybe not. It looks like it had the old settings. So here's where I would basically start right here. And again, I've talked to you guys about this before. You know, once I get it efficient and working properly and stable and all that stuff, I might tweak a little bit on the overclocks, but especially with things like Equihash, I mean, you're talking such minute little changes that it might not be worth it, you know, for stability and profitability and stuff like that. If you're always messing with your rig and it's down sometimes, right, because you're messing with everything, I don't know. I err on the side of, hey, it's working, it's super efficient, I've got basically average hash rate, maybe a little bit higher. than most, so I'm good to go, right? That's kind of the way I look at it. So this is where I would basically start. It looks like it's still applying those overclock settings. It's got one GPU that's hot, and that happens a lot with HiveOS the first time. Normally I would just throw it another reboot right now, and it would probably clear that up. So we'll go ahead and do that real quick too. I know we got to get over to BrandonCoin. He's at, what do we got? 4 minutes over. He's going to be mad at me. If he's live. He should be. I thought maybe he would be in this show. So that is there's the link to BrandonCoin, and I'll see you guys over there. If he is actually live, we can go and check right quick. Yep, he's live, so that's cool. Go back over here, do a little refresh. It's still rebooting and stuff in the back. You can kind of see that right there on the screen, so that's cool. I mean, pretty much we're good, because pretty much the goal of the show is to get accepted shares by the end, and we've done that. Right now I'm just kind of trying to clear up the overheating GPUs and stuff. Typically a restart fixes that, you know, and I did do a little bit with overclocks. I just reapplied the overclock settings. So thanks a lot, Daniel, for showing up, man. That was really cool. Appreciate it. Yeah, so we're done. I'm going to switch it over to BrandonCoin. I'm going to go over there. I'll see you guys over there. Just throw this thing a refresh real quick. There we go. It's all cleared up. Looks good. Nothing's overheating. Getting 364 souls. Don't know if that's super good or not. It might be. I don't know. But yeah, we haven't really done we don't really go into overclock settings and things like that, but I did want to kind of throw it out there as a default. Like, this is basically for 10 series NVIDIA cards. This is what you would start with, you know, right? So thanks so much for watching, everybody. I appreciate it. I will see you guys Monday, same time, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Stay savage, everybody. I appreciate it. Have a good weekend, everybody.